Hi, I'm Navid Ansari. In this video with Unreal Engine, how you can start with Unreal Engine 5. So without any further ado, let's begin. In last video, we did talk about all of these icons and how you can use them to design your scene as it can get very big and you maybe have low FPS. So we did use some of these icons to make it more smooth, right? And in this video, I'm going to show you some cool tips about how you can place your actors, how you can change the position and everything, right? So next thing that I wanted to show you is this bar in here. So first thing that I want to show you, let's say we have this scene, but if you hit G on your keyboard, you can see all the icons for cameras, for the lights, for the decals, for all actors you have icons, right? So you can see all the icons is in here, okay? And if you hit G again on your keyboard, all of them will be gone and there will be more clear scene to work on, okay? In here, if you select this select object tool with left click, you can select whatever object that you want. And if you click on this icon in here, you can change the position of that object in our room. And you can see there is 3 arrow in here. And this red arrow that is here, if you select it and grab it, let me select it. If you grab this, it will change the position of our object along the x-axis. And if you grab this green arrow in here, you can change the position of this chair along with y-axis, and this blue is for z-axis, okay? And you can do all of this changing when you are selecting this in this property panel or details panel. You can go here and you can change the position of the our chair, and you can see how you can do it in with drag and dragging up here, or just click on it and put a value in here, okay? So the next way to change the position of this, you can grab the middle point in here that we can call it pivot point and change its position to wherever you want. And you can see it's a stick to the ground, and wherever we put it, it is stick to that ground. For enabling that effect, you should enable this icon in here, surface snapping. So in surface snapping, you can see when you enable it, wherever you put this chair, it will sit on that ground, okay? If you disable it, you can put it wherever you want, but I think you always want it to be surface snap, okay? So it will correctly snap it to the ground. Next thing is for rotating our object, and you can see just by selecting this icon in here, we can change the rotation of our object. And next is this scaling tool that you can scale your object along z-axis, y-axis and x-axis as well, and you can see how easy you can do that. And of course you can do all of them in this details panel in here, and you can see that I can change the scaling, I can change the rotation and everything. With Ctrl Z we can go back to that last state that we didn't change anything, okay? So what you should know, all of these keys have a shortcut. This is Q. So whenever you want to select something, hit Q and it will select this. And this one is W, this one is E, and this one is R. Those 4 buttons upper in your keyboard, and always you want to use them. So W, with hitting W, you can change the position. With hitting E, you can change the rotation of our object. And with hitting R, you can change the scale of our object. Of course, you can change the shortcut for them. Next thing that I want to show you is this grid snapping, okay? So when you select it, it will, when you want to move something, it will snap to the grid, and you can see it's changing its position by 10 units or 10 centimeters, okay? So you can see we put it on 10. So whenever we change the position of this chair, it's changing 10 point to y-axis, and you can see if you grab the x-axis, you can change the x-axis of this chair by 10 units, okay? This is for snapping, for changing the position, but this one is for snapping when you're rotating, okay? So now it is on, and if we hit E on our keyboard, we can change the rotation by 10 degrees every time that we drag it, okay? And you can disable it, and you can, after that, you can change the value whatever you want, okay? And changing this value in here, change the degrees that it will snap to change its rotation, okay? And again, for scaling, you have a snap as well. So you can see that snapping for scaling is on. If you hit R on your keyboard, you can scale it. And when we scale it, you can see it will change by 25% each time that I grab it and change the scale of it. And you can change it in here. Let's say I want to change its scale by 50% each time, and you can see it changed by 50%. Let's disable that, Ctrl Z to go back to that value that we had before. And the next thing that I want to show you is this icon in here. So when you want to play something, you want to use this. It will show you the back of our scene, it will show you the right angle of our scene, and it will show you top angle. Of course, you can change it by clicking on here. We did talk about it in last video, but you have all the views at the same time, and you can change the position of things more precisely. And if you want to go back to the last viewport, you can click on this button in here and it will maximize it. Again, if you want to maximize this top view, you can click on it and it will maximize it. And again, I can go back to here. Okay, so then the next thing that I should talk about is this property panel. We did talk about these transforms in here, that you can change position, you can change the rotation, and you can change the scale of our objects. But all of these options and property that we have in here, I want to create a video about them and I want to explain it in detail, so it is not for this video. So please hit that subscribe button if you want to see that video. You should learn everything with your Unreal Engine to work with it more smoothly. Know that we have all of this in content drawer that we talked about it before. You can see there are some folders that you can create, and you can see all the assets that we download from Megascan. Quixel is in here. So let's say we have these 3D assets, we have these bricks in here, and let's say we want to add these bricks in here. With Control Space, you can open this drawer again, and this static mesh, you can put it wherever you want, and you can see how cool it is to just scale, to just place something in your room, and you can change the position of that. You can change the rotation of that as you want. Let's say we want to put it in here, go down a little bit, and you can see how real it's easy to work with Unreal Engine. Let's just delete that. If you want to have this cool project, I did create a video on how you can download this project and how you can open it, because if you want to open it by default, it takes like 6 hours, and I did make a video about how you can compile shader and compile light to make it more faster, like half an hour to compile the shaders, compile the lights in this scene and open it. And after that, whenever you want to open it, it just takes 30 seconds or 1 minute to open it. So please watch that video. In the next video, I want to talk about all of these stuff like material instances, materials, static meshes, the textures, normal maps, and everything. So please hit that subscribe button. I will show you a lot of cool things in here, all the basics you should know about, and all the pro stuff as well. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to help me, please hit that like button. Bye.